A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a dramatic escalation of his ongoing feud with Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell, President Donald Trump on Tuesday threatened to allow a major lawsuit against the central bank leader to proceed. This move comes as Trump intensifies his pressure on Powell to cut interest rates, a demand he has been vocal about for months. In a post on his social media platform, Truth Social, Trump criticized Powell's management of expensive renovations at the Federal Reserve's headquarters in Washington, D.C., which Trump has previously condemned. The president did not specify when the lawsuit might be filed or who would file it. Jerome, too late, Powell must now lower the rate, Trump asserted in his post. He also took a jab at his former Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin, who had encouraged him to nominate Powell for the position in 2017. "Steve Mnuchin really gave me a beauty when he pushed this loser," Trump quipped, emphasizing his frustrations with Powell's perceived inaction. Trump claimed that the damage inflicted by Powell's delayed decisions is incalculable, while expressing confidence in the strength of the economy, stating, "Fortunately, the economy is so good that we've blown through Powell and the complacent board." He went on to highlight his concerns regarding the costs associated with the renovations, alleging that the expenses have ballooned to $3 billion for a project he believes should have only cost $50 million. "Not good," he exclaimed. The White House press secretary, Caroline Leavitt, was approached for clarification on the potential lawsuit, but refrained from providing details. "He's considering a lawsuit, and I won't speak on it any further. I will allow the president to do that," Leavitt stated. The Federal Reserve has not commented on Trump's latest post. In a previous encounter, Powell defended the ongoing renovations, which involve significant work on two historic buildings that house the central bank, explaining the reasons behind the rising costs. During a visit to the construction site last month, Powell countered Trump's claims about the renovation costs, stating, "I haven't heard that from anybody." Trump's criticisms of Powell have grown increasingly sharp as he continues to demand rapid interest rate cuts from the Federal Reserve. The former president argues that such cuts would significantly reduce the cost of borrowing for government operations, ultimately saving the nation substantial sums of money. Following the Federal Reserve's decision to raise the benchmark federal funds rate in 2022 in response to the COVID-19 pandemic, the central bank has gradually cut rates multiple times in 2024. However, it has maintained steady rates throughout 2025, resisting Trump's calls for aggressive cuts. In congressional testimony earlier this year, Powell explained that the Fed might have already implemented rate cuts if it weren't for Trump's tariff policies. Fed officials have indicated expectations for 2 rate cuts later this year, with traders anticipating a quarter-point reduction following the Federal Open Market Committee's September meeting. As the situation unfolds, economic observers express concern over Trump's attempts to exert political pressure on the independent central bank, fearing it could undermine the institution's autonomy. The president's threats of legal action against Powell could further complicate the relationship between the White House and the Federal Reserve, as Trump continues to push for policies that align more closely with his political agenda. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.